Afternoon. This is day 2 of the Waterloo game by Falkirk Wargames Club. This was a big day. This was 10 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night, and it was a brilliant day. My rolling at first was doing really well. A double sixth, advancing cavalry and artillery, but with my skirmishers, and captured the general. That was within 20 minutes of starting. So from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock, my rolling was really good. Kept on taking casualties, seemed to get a 6 every time I rolled for the skirmishers. And then I made one fatal error. I had infantry in squares, one artillery, with charging cavalry. All I needed to do was go into the square, evade, and I had 2 lots of infantry firing, one from buildings, one from a line, and the artillery with canister. And Gary had said to us, well, what do you think? Make your decision. And Muggins here decides to stand his ground, and the effects that had, I rolled rubbish. the dice gods turned against me, and they're a hard mistress when you mess up, and I was gutted. I lost the artillery. The infantry went brigade, but the brigade morale test, they broke and went back 30 centimetres, and they were in a bad position. And luckily Rod rolled a double 1 for charging home with lancers, and we were able to form at the same time, and that steadied the lines. He was up there with horse artillery, and I was demoralised. I must admit, it was, you felt as if you're letting the side down. It was great. Wellington was brilliant. Robert and Gary, they were so encouraging. And Gary, I had asked Gary for advice, and he took charge of our cavalry that were over supporting. And I had rolled bad on them as well. I had got a 4 when Rod charged over the hill, and we got a retreat with one of them. But they get gathered up. There was 3, thankfully it was 3 regiments, and they get gathered up and reformed, and Gary plugged the gap. For over lunch, I was gutted. I felt absolutely. So you can get that idea, the feeling of warfare when your morale sinks. And but Gary and Robert, they totally steadied us. I felt, the newbie, and I was going to lose the left flank of the Allied lines. Anyway, I'll show you some pictures and I'll talk over the top, and hopefully you enjoy that wee bit. Bye for now. So we all made our way bright and early down to Alistair's house. This is a view from the left flank of the Allied lines, looking across the battlefield as it ended on the Friday evening. The Allies for Saturday were John as Napoleon, and he was joined by Alistair, Peter, Gary, myself, and also Robert, my good friend Robert, came along, and I believe he was Picton for the day. The French were Mark as Napoleon, Sean, Ricky, Rod, and Billy, and another Bill appeared later in the day. The French put pressure on La Haye Saint in the centre very early on the Saturday, and they ended up taking it. It came a little bit of a shock to us. We expected it to fall, but I don't think we expected it to fall so quickly. So as I looked at the unformed batteries across the lines and Hougoumont, the big structure of Hougoumont holding well, it really looked like the Allies were doing very well indeed. Hougoumont didn't look as if it was in much danger of falling. On the left flank, it appeared as if Billy was moving slowly up the left flank towards Peter, and then I looked back after a couple of rounds, and then wham! There were just Frenchmen all over the place. So I sneaked over to the French lines so I could get some close-up shots of the Allied troops on the ridge. It's really great when you can turn up to a war game with no troops of your own and you get all these lovely figures to play with. Sorry about the out of focus Highlanders, these were really gorgeous. I think I might have some close-ups for later on. And here's Wellington on the ridge giving his orders, surrounded by lots and lots of lovely figures. and some British artillery and a rocket team up on the ridge. I don't know who was most in danger from the rocket team, but certainly when the guys were rolling for the rockets, there was a little bit of hesitation from everyone. So this is the critical point of the day for me. Rod put his lancers on an assault order and came up to attack our cavalry on the ridge, and I duly rolled low and Rod retreated them. Next came my Prince of Orange moment. Instead of evading into the square, I decided to stand my ground with the artillery, and hey presto, they are gone from the field. The brigade that they were attached to broke and went back 30 centimetres, and Rod moved his lancers up right on top of them. Things were looking pretty bad for the Allied left flank at this point. The French lancers were being down in the broken brigade, and Saxe-Weimar's brigade were under pressure from advancing infantry and cavalry. Incredibly, Rod rolled a double one on his charge home on the unformed brigade, and everything seemed to change from there on. The French threw a infantry brigade at Saxe-Weimar's troops that were holding Papelotte, and Gary and myself managed to take quite a number of casualties off them. And at the same time, Gary's cavalry had bloodied the nose of the French lancers and sent them back to their own lines, and the infantry and cavalry were both put on retire orders and retired from the field. So things were looking a bit, I was a lucky man, and things had steadied on the left flank of the Allied lines. I was feeling a lot better after this action. So all good fun. Then some battlefield whispers started to filter through to us. The French Guard cavalry had entered the battle, and they were approaching between La Haye-Sainte and Papelotte. Further along the battlefield, bolstered by their victory at La Haye-Sainte, the French Young Guard began their advance on the Allied ridgeline. Their artillery was on the move again, and the French heavy cavalry were beginning to arrive on the field. At the end of day 2, the Allied command sent out quite a large force of fresh troops to support Peter's Brunswickers, who were outnumbered and facing a very aggressive French force. So there you are, at the end of the second day. Oof, hours and hours of gaming, brilliant. Pardon me, Kenny's wife done us proud, made beautiful food for us, kept us fed all day, and then on to the Sunday. So a huge thanks to Kenny and his wife. Kenny was there. Good to see Kenny again. Don't get to see Kenny often enough. So this is the situation. La Haye-Sainte has fallen to the French Young Guard. French Guard cavalry are pushing up the centre. The ridge line has been pummeled pretty heavily. The Dutch Belgians have been re-steadied, and it's actually worked out quite positive, because Rod's force were kind of badly affected. The cavalry were lost and the guns disappeared, and his brigade in the attack was heavily engaged, and we kept on it wouldn't break. Rod kept on rolling fantastic morale, 9, 10, 11, 12 all the time, and still we took casualties off. I got another double 6. I think that was day 3 actually. But I saw the Brits are getting moved around Wellington, and other commanders are moving about the British troops all over to plug the gaps. French pushing is hard up the left flank. The Erlon really strong against Peter. Peter really had a hard one there. Hougoumont still intact. I don't think they went for that full on. They don't want, to waste troops on Hougoumont. But it was brilliant. It was great. Very stressful. I never slept on the Friday night. I couldn't sleep. I was so excited. I know that sounds really sad about wee toy soldiers, but I was so excited. Mylene was laughing at me. She wasn't laughing actually when I met her the night after, because she was so tired. But she lay in her bed all day Saturday, she said. That's really it. I was so pumped up, and I got over that demoralising feeling. When I lost the artillery, I was looked at it afterwards and I thought, God, that was the only artillery we had in the left flank. And you know how it works, cavalry, artillery, infantry, everything works together to make gaps in the lines. But it was fantastic fun. I apologise to the guys for losing the guns. I'll not be doing that again. Okay, bye for now. Oh, sorry. Prussians never come on the second day. They were coming on at the very start of the next day. Okay, bye for now.